Yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? Well, winter is coming, and you know what that means. Like, winter's coming probably sooner than later. Weather's getting a little chilly outside. We haven't gotten snow yet, thank God. It's only freaking September the what? September the 15th. We're halfway through September, all freaking ready. And you know what sucks? September hits, October hits, Halloween hits, and then boom shakalaka, it's freaking Christmas and we got snow on the ground. But we're probably gonna have snow on the ground before freaking Halloween. It's the prediction. What the heck kind of bug is that? Oh, this great big green son of a bitch. Looks like a crut. A straight up snot. He's a snot. It's a bug though. I can tell you it's a bug. It's got antlers. Any hoozle. So yeah, this past weekend was pretty crazy. We did a barbecue over at my girlfriend's house to do a housewarming party. Bought a bunch of beers and a bunch of wobbly pops, twisted teas or whatever. Bought a bunch of burgers from Costco. Bought a bunch of hot dogs from Costco. Bought way too many burgers and hot dogs, but that's okay. We got a full box of Kirkland burgers and Kirkland hot dogs sitting in our freezer, so probably gonna be eating a lot of burgers in the next little bit, that's for sure. Good thing you don't need to put a bun on them, you can just eat the patty, because your bro needs to lose some freaking weight. Been eating a lot of weird shit lately and starting to feel it. There's been some changes outside, so we did the barbecue over at the girlfriend's place. That was pretty sweet. Yep, kayaks in the backyard. And there's a reason for that, because on Sunday her dad came over and we did some work in the yard. That's right. So everybody was like, oh, you probably just saw. Maybe you just saw. A lot of people were bitching and moaning about the boat tent, eh? Well, not just you guys on YouTube, but other people have as well. And the boat tent, oh, it's such an eyesore, such an eyesore. So I made a deal with, well, not really a deal. I asked my girlfriend's dad, I'm like, you used to own boats. How the frig did you store them? Did you pay a guy? And he went, no. He goes, I would just set up. He goes, I built a contraption. He goes, it's probably not going to cost you any more than $100. And by the time it's done, I got my car parked on the side of the road because they did some work here. I'll show you that too. I got home to a freaking mess. But they did some work in my yard there, the city. Well, not really the city. It was Miller Paving that came by. And they did some work. So I'm going to put my wallet and my phone in the truck, because we're probably going to head off to martial arts there soon to guarantee we get parking. There we go. But I gotta grease those door hinges. Jesus, Murphy. But he came over on Saturday and said, or Sunday, sorry. Saturday we did the barbecue. Sunday he came over to help me out with building something for the boat. And he said, I'll help you with this. And he goes, and then we'll take that eyesore of a tent down. Uh-oh, yeah. So I came home to the paving company doing this, fixed up this part of the road. My driveway's, or my beachfront property is still here, so that's awesome. But this is fresh asphalt, probably shouldn't walk on it. But he came over and helped me build this. So literally, it's a 20 by 15 tarp. I gotta run some more lines underneath and tie it off some more, but inside here, you can see there's a 2x4 structure that runs along the center, and the tarp just sits on it, and it makes an A-frame. And this, I've been wanting to build one of these since I bought this boat, but I didn't know how to do it. I should have just thought better, because yeah, he's been storing his 16-foot when he had, this is my girlfriend's dad, the boat that we got stuck on. So yeah, anyway, he used to own a 16-foot fishing boat, and this is how he stored it all the time on his property, was just an A-frame, a light duty tarp. And like he said, he goes, as long as the tarp is tight and the peak is high, snow can't build up on it and it'll just fall right off. And it's freaking stupid hot inside of there right now. So in the winter, this should work. After we're done dealing with that, there's some kids on bikes there. Try not to get them on film because it's illegal. But after that, we tore down the boat shed, and there be all the metal. I gotta grab all this metal and bring it to a recycling center over at, I don't freaking know where. It's called AIM Recycling. I looked them up. I gotta bring it there. It's all aluminum framing, so they should be able to take it. But I was thinking, I gotta hide my kayak this winter. And I was contemplating on using some of this steel, or this aluminum, to make an A-frame. And then I can just suspend the kayak in there, because I talked to people online about storing kayaks, and they said there's two things that wreck. If you leave it sitting on, what the hell did I just kick? Oh yeah. I'm gonna want to make sure, oh, I got something in the ground here. Another one of these buckle things. But yeah, so that's all taken care of. I gotta get the pressure washer out and wash off the side of the house and get rid of all that smut. It's like barnacles or something. But yeah, I gotta get that done. Obviously I had to put some shit in the garage because all this stuff here was sitting inside of the inside of the boat tent. This thing here, I'm gonna end up putting it down there somewhere. The dolly's gonna go down there because the car is coming in here. Unless it snows before my bathroom gets done, then the car will be sitting outside this winter. Not a big deal. You can take it. It's a car. It might wreck the paint, but it's nothing $50 won't fix. And a roller again, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so boat tent is gone. That eyesore is gone. This whole property is pretty dickered, but that's okay. Because what we're going to do is, if the city don't fix this sloppy mess, then I guess I'll have to, next spring, go get some dirt dropped off, lay it out, and just seed it. I'm not going to bother sodding it, because why should I have one patch of grass look great and the rest of it look like shit? We'll keep it all uniform shit looking. And I'm finding more metal on the ground. The problem is I don't think this is steel. Pretty sure this is all aluminum. I can't really use a magnet and roll around and pick it all up. The reason why I say it's probably aluminum is because a lot of the nuts and bolts that were in there rusted out. Are you dead? Are you dead? Are you dead? Yeah, you're dead. All right, just checking to see if it was dead. Oh yeah, new Ryobis, guys. I bought some new Ryobis. I got a Bluetooth speaker in the house. Check this thing out. Freaking LED spotlight for doing work. You can either power it with a Ryobi battery or a friggin' 2-prong. Let me tell you, do I have an extension cord? Yes, I do. 1 second. This thing here is stupid bright. Like, it lights up a lot for what it is. And you got different settings. And you have off. So that's pretty cool. And I also bought a Ryobi battery operated Bluetooth speaker because it was Ryobi days. And you buy 2 tools and you get a free battery. And I was like, well, a speaker and a light is not exactly qualified as a tool, but for me it is. So I bought that shit. So yeah, weekend was pretty fun, but pretty busy. And you're probably saying, why didn't I film tearing down this? Well, I didn't, but my AI sure did. So yeah, my next idea is the night vision on these cameras is fantastic. Not so much this one here because I can't use the IR blaster because it reflects off of the little house thing I put on it and it blinds the camera. I can't use the IR blaster on this one because it's behind a window. The moment you turn it on, it blinds the camera. I'd like to move this camera outside and maybe put it in the corner or up there. What am I hearing? Anyway. Maybe put it like up here somewhere and aim it more down so I can really see people. I just got to route this wire through the wall somewhere. Probably just rip it right through the friggin' shitty window and pop it through and then route it up and then plug it in. And I want to do the same, and that might be a weekend project. That might be this weekend project because I've been getting wildlife back here. But the problem is at night, like during the day right now, you look at this camera over here and it looks great. At night, not so much. So I'd like to run a wire through somewhere here and then maybe attach it up there where that big spider is or where that earwig is and have it aiming down the yard so I can see more of what's going on back here. Because yeah, been seeing some wildlife back here on the camera at night. But yeah, I can't make out what it is. I just see things I see raccoons and shit walking by here by my entranceway. So, and something we're working on at the girlfriend's new place is we're putting up a fence. Now, I didn't realize you can buy pre-made fence panels. Oh, speaking of the girlfriend, she's here. I'll talk to you in a bit. Get into the truck. Girlfriend just popped in to show me her dog shoes. She got them all cleaned up because he got filthy this yesterday. Holy. Freaking rolling around in the dirt and stuff and crazy puppy. All right, let's get you guys barfing here. Get you guys barfing. Oh, yeah. One of these days, I need to have this camera in my truck when I got my bag back there, right? Doing a lot of crazy shit with the truck lately. Hauling stuff and moving things and helping people. And I don't remember if I took my bag out or not. Let's go to martial arts and see if we can get a primo parking spot or if we're parking far away. All right, we're clear, we're clear, we're clear, we're clear. I'm sure my neighbor's happy that I'm freaking moving my truck. But yeah, so friggin' sitting at work, my phone goes off today and what the friggin', I see what's going on. And then Jen comes by, or Jen texts me. She's like, yeah, there's a bunch of construction guys outside. I think they're filling in that sand. And I'm like, oh, really? She's like, no, apparently they're just paving the rain runoff. And I'm like, go fake. They got to make sure that's good because if water pools up and then there's floods and like I said, winter's coming soon. Friggin' silkworms were putting shit and putting their eggs in the trees way too early this year. And then we had that massive windstorm and all the silkworm eggs that I had in my backyard are gone. So that's whatever, man. It's not like there's a bunch of other silkworms in trees. I don't see any down here though. The ones at Jen's place are still up there, but let's pitter patter and have at her. Head off to kicking and punching class tonight, and tomorrow sticks. And then I figure tomorrow night what I'll do is after sticks I'll come home, take all my martial arts shit out of the box of the truck, and I'll throw all that metal in it. And then Wednesday after work I'll scoot down to AIM and drop off all that metal. I don't know if they pay you for the metal or if they just take it. I don't know if it's like a scrapyard or what the dice is, but we'll find that out. But yeah, boat shed's gone. Her dad was like, there, now you got even more parking. And I'm like, well, yes and no. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I kind of don't want people parking there because last time somebody parked there, they accidentally backed over the water valve and pushed it down a bunch. And I don't know if that's what kind of helped out with the brake or not, but that brake has been there since forever because, like I said, before we even did the roof, that brake was there because we had sinkholes, and the guy who did my roof, he came over with a trailer full of dirt and he helped fill in that sinkhole. So yeah, and then after I got to get some money together, got to call a guy and get him to come over and put some shingles on the roof of the garage, get that all tuned up before that starts springing a leak. Yeah, lots of friggin' bullshit, man. Home ownership. It's great that you don't have to pay rent to somebody, but it sucks when you got to do all these repairs yourself and you're not skilled enough in that category, or have the abilities to go up high and do it yourself. Like, it'd be great if I had a lot more skill sets in that area. At least I have some skill sets, with the computers and all that, so I can make money to pay somebody to freaking do the work. But that's how the economy grows, right? No, I was chatting with Jen and I said, yeah, I lost it on a friend on Facebook there. She's like, why? I'm like, they were celebrating the death of that Charlie Kirk guy. Now, I've never seen Charlie Kirk's videos. I've seen a lot of Ben Shapiro's videos when he goes to universities and he debates with, against liberal things like abortion or whatever. I've seen what happens there. Like, people get really angry and stuff, but I've never expected somebody just to take a shot at him. Like, that's a bit extreme, don't you think? But then, my friend's sitting there and celebrating it. Like, it's about time somebody did something about this. And I'm thinking, I said, I'm like, you're a sick and twisted person when you're celebrating and you're happy about a father of two getting shot in cold blood just for doing for doing a debate. Like, that's sick. You have a sick mindset. It's like if the same thing happened, let's say it was I don't know, is there any liberal debaters out there that you guys can think of? But let's say it was a liberal debater who went to a university and got shot. That would be I'm not a liberal by any means necessary. I believe in let the government take care of the infrastructure and let me live my life. Don't mandate cigarettes are bad. Don't mandate all these things and try and if cigarettes are bad and you think they're bad, take them off the shelves. If you think alcohol is bad, take it off the shelf. No, what the government does is they put a tax on it to try and influence you from, well, maybe you should just save your money and not spend it on that. So we'll put a 100% tax on alcohol. We'll put 100% tax on cigarettes just so that, you think twice about buying them. Nobody's going to think twice. They're freaking addicted to the product. They're obviously going to pay it and the government's going to make more money. We know what you're doing. We're not stupid. So it'd be nice if the government didn't get involved in our personal lives and try and control what we do. And they focused on what they're supposed to focus on. The infrastructure of the country. That's what their thing is, and social services like healthcare. Well, in Canada, for instance, healthcare and unemployment and all that bullshit. Focus on that and don't focus on saying, well, yeah, sugar's bad, so we're going to put a tax on sugared items like Pepsi and Coca-Cola and all that. So when you buy it, if you buy the diet version, it's cheaper because we're trying to get you on the diet version because, why you got to control the way people live by making it a monetary thing. That's not what they should be doing. But whatever, I digress. It wouldn't have been a conservative that got shot or a Republican in the case of the U.S. And it would have been a liberal, and I think they call a Democrat in the U.S. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot more stories on it than there was. It would have dragged on for a while. It's the day it happened, there was all this big humbug, and now you don't even see stories on it anymore. They just hushed it. And it's kind of rough. I don't know. But the fact that people were celebrating it, what the hell, man? You don't celebrate somebody getting shot. That's not cool. Especially a father of two children. What the frick, man? all because he does debates. Like, yeah, okay, we get it. You don't see eye to eye with what they do, but there's no freaking reason to be like, yeah, he deserved it. He got what was coming to him. Screw that guy. He likes Trump. Like, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. So, like, I don't know, blows my mind. People are just so screwed up nowadays that I don't even know what to blame. See, this is the reason why I quit following politics. I quit reading into what's going on with Canadian I don't care anymore. As long as I can afford to eat, I can go out and have fun, and I still have a paycheck coming in, I don't care. And then I get a friend saying, well, that's pretty selfish of you to think like that. Well, no, it's not. The reason why I think like that is why I don't care. Why I don't care about anything else but what's going on in my life is because I have to live it. And I went on way too long helping everybody else and not helping myself. And in the long run, that made me super depressed. That made me super on edge, super anxiety ridden. I didn't want to go out of the house. I don't want to be around people. Like, I was starting to get agoraphobic because I was sick and tired of the way people were acting. That's not how you should be. But that's how the world is coming. That's the way the world is going. So I just stopped with all the politics. I don't care about what goes on with Canadian politics. The only thing I'm actually following is this promotion to push for castle law in Canada, not just Ontario, but in Canada. I'm hoping that goes through because that's a game changer. If that goes through, and I know the Conservatives are working hard to get it done, that there is going to be amazing for us. Because let me tell you what, I don't like the idea that somebody can walk into my property, walk into my house, and I do not have permission to act on it. I do not have permission to take them down. And if castle law comes into play, that means that somebody breaks in, I have full rights to tomahawk them in the face because they shouldn't have been there to begin with. Now, am I going to get a parking spot in this frickin' place? Yeah, I will. I'm going to get one right up front. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to get one right up front, motherfriggers. Oh, the methies are outside. The methies sitting there doing crank. I'm going to park over here. Is Coach here yet? Oh, yeah, Coach is here. Oh, he could be training a kid. I can't see shit in this freaking mirrors, man. Not gonna lie, guys. I've been contemplating on trading this thing in for something smaller, like a Ford Ranger. Good enough. Good enough. All right, well, I'm gonna go to martial arts and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace out. All right, guys, I'm back home. Actually, I've been done martial arts for a while. I went over to Jen's, hung out there for a bit. It's currently 10:30. I'm gonna shut this video down. And yes, I was serious. I've been contemplating on trading in the Ford F-150 for a Ford Ranger. I figured I don't need a big truck. And the problem with owning a big truck is, you know, people see that you have space in your big truck and they want you to do moves. So yeah, my moving days are over and I just figure a smaller truck would be easier to park and stuff. Because the wheelbase on that thing, Bloke even asked me, he's like, because I bet you catch curves with your tires all the time. And I'm like, dude, it's brutal. It's brutal. Like, be nicer to have a smaller vehicle. I know the Ford Ranger can pull my boat because my neighbor has a Ford Ranger and he pulls a way freaking bigger boat than I have. So I'd have no problems with the Ford Ranger pulling a boat. They have like a 2.3 liter turbo, probably the same engine that's in the Ford Mustang 4-cylinder. And they're pretty good on fuel too. So I don't know. I've been tossing the idea around that or getting a Toyota Tacoma. One of the two, but I don't know. Do I want car payments again? Probably not, so maybe I'll just deal with what I have, but the thought has crossed my mind to get a smaller vehicle or even get an SUV of some sort instead of a truck, because I really don't need a truck. Nice to have. I like the idea of sitting high, but you sit high in an SUV, and the Ford Rangers are not really that much lower to the ground than the Ford F-150. So I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. Anyway, guys, I'm shutting her down here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today. Yep, boat's wrapped. Tarp shed's gone. Got some work to do. And I'm thinking if the city doesn't do anything this year about my beachfront property, next year I'm going to call them and be like, bro, why am I paying taxes? Come and fix this shit. My lawn looks like ass. And to see if they actually send a guy out to like soil it and sod it or hydro seed it, heaven forbid. Either way, it's going to be weed filled. We can't use anything to take the weeds out except for manual labor, or that's it. We're not allowed to use product on our lawns due to water issues. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, live to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.